only took 4 years, but the New York Knicks finally broke a 15-game losing streak against the Philadelphia 76ers. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another edition of New York or Nothing. We're diving right into the Tuesday night game between the Philadelphia 76ers and the New York Knicks. Let's start by talking about Kemba Walker, the guy I've been kind of a little bit harder on because of poor defense, but the defense didn't look much better during this game from Kemba. But I noticed Evan Fournier was more aggressive getting rebounds, and Kemba's offense, man, he showed us something that we never could expect from a Knicks point guard last year. Elfrid Payton just could never get hot the way Kemba did last night. I think leading the scorers on our team and just making it rain from three. We got him involved in a lot of screen actions and like getting players to screen for him to get him these open looks, some great looks. And that two-man game that Randle has with Evan Fournier that he had with Reggie Bullock last year, we can see something like that developing between him and Kemba right now, with Randle setting a screen for him, getting Kemba the open look, and then just splashing a gorgeous three. It was really nice to see Kemba finally have a good game. I know it's only been like 4 games to start the season, but you want to see the players that your new toys that you just added do good. So Evan Fournier got it out of the way. I think Kemba got it out of the way on Tuesday. Besides Kemba Walker's amazing play, we got some really good defensive minutes from Mitchell Robinson. Now, he was fouling Joel Embiid a lot, but I'll take those fouls if you can keep him without a field goal for the first half, which is what Mitchell Robinson did. If you watch the game, you could see a lot of times Joel Embiid was trying to post up on Mitch, and Mitch got a way bigger body this year. Joel just passed out. He just passed it out. He didn't want to hold on to the ball and keep working on Mitch. So seeing the way Mitch has been developing, seeing that he has contributed to the first 4 games in such a meaningful way, it's been big for the Knicks. Whether it be rebounding, whether it be putbacks, whether it just be defense, a few fouls are going to happen here and there. And you can more or less say that him and Todd Gibson shut down Joel Embiid. This guy was a MVP candidate last year, and holding him down to that many points, I'm really happy to see what Mitchell Robinson had to contribute to the game. Let's talk about some of the things I thought were turning points in the game. I definitely have to identify Tyrese Maxey touching earth from Immanuel Quickley crossing him over as a key point in the game, man. Kentucky on Kentucky crime, man. That was exciting to see. Immanuel Quickley, besides that game against Orlando, has been a little bit quiet, and that's okay. It's only the first 4 games, but he really showed out at this game against one of his former teammates from Kentucky, Tyrese Maxey. And both of these guys, Immanuel Quickley and Tyrese Maxey, are both phenomenal guards. They're definitely at the top of their draft class, and it's really nice to see Tyrese Maxey take a big burden as Ben Simmons has been out, taking that starting role on the Philadelphia 76ers. But man, Immanuel Quickley makes my guy touch earth and then just splashes a 3. And my favorite part about it all, just calm, poised right after. No excitement, because we were only up a few points at that time. It was just really nice to finally beat the 76ers. Like you guys know, I can't stand Boston sports teams, and besides Boston sports teams, I can't stand Philadelphia sports teams. I really can't stand the Eagles. I can't stand the 76ers. I don't really care about the Phillies that much because I'm not a Mets fan, but these rivalries are really meaningful. And just to know that the Knicks went 4 years without beating them, that was so frustrating. Last year's losses against the 76ers were some of the most frustrating losses, and to beat this team that was number 1 in the East last year, it's a great feeling for the Knicks right now. I want to talk a little bit about some of the things I saw that were a little bit, I wouldn't call it concerning, but there's always going to be pros and cons to a game. Randle's play in general was nice. I liked that he had a poor shooting night, but was still getting involved, whether it be through rebounding, through passing, screening for Kemba. In a multitude of ways, Randle was getting involved in the game, but I just want to see him take fewer of those long twos, those weird, clunky step back twos. I know it's part of what makes us love Randle so much, but a better shot diet, a better shot selection would really help the rest of the team. It's nothing too crazy. He's still doing amazing for our team, averaging like 25.5 points, 11 rebounds, 6 assists. So he's continuing from where he left off last year, but it's just a small critique. A lot of our fans have been a little bit disappointed in RJ Barrett. I have been too. It's year 3. It's kind of frustrating to see him with such a slow start, but I need all of us to remember, including myself, that this is just how RJ is. He takes a little bit of time, you know, to adjust to the game, and he is playing a way different role this year. If you think about the starting lineup, he was heavily featured in our starting lineup last year, where, you know, Nerlens Noel isn't really an offensive player. Mitchell Robinson isn't a wild offensive player, so the center position wasn't, you know, taking anything away from him. And then Reggie Bullock and Elfrid Payton, they're not centerpieces. They're not really taking anything away from RJ. But now you have Kemba Walker and Evan Fournier, 2 guys who can dribble, who can catch and shoot, who can do a few more things. So they're going to take a little bit away from RJ. Not on a consistent basis, but if you think about it, on any given night, we can have Evan Fournier go off for 30 points. You can have Kemba Walker go off for 30 points. So RJ is still kind of adjusting to, you know, playing around these big stars, playing around a guy like Kemba Walker. You know, it's gonna take a little bit of time adjusting, but I like to see that he's been a little bit more creative. I've seen him take some shots with his offhand. He is trying to get that dribble penetration going on. He's trying to do a little bit more of the catch and shoot, so he's still trying to get involved, and I don't want to see it get into his head, but it's just a critique. You know, want to see him get going pretty soon, and we will see that happen pretty soon for him. We already got Randle's game, Evan Fournier's game, Kemba's game's all out of the way, so we're due for an RJ game. It's coming soon. Love the defensive effort we're seeing from him. This matchup we have against the Bulls is going to be very, very important. Right now, in my opinion, the Knicks should be undefeated. The Bulls should not be the only undefeated team in the Eastern Conference. We should be 4-0 as well. So it's disappointing to see this team that a lot of media is putting ahead of the Knicks, you know, doing a little better than us. So this meeting in Chicago is going to be very meaningful. If the Knicks can edge out a win, we'll have tied records, and it's good for the Knicks to get these wins, especially after that Magic loss. Like I told you guys, I want that Magic loss to be a springboard for the Knicks team. Like, I can't believe we lost that game. Gotta keep going. And Randle was sharing that sentiment with me, talking about how he couldn't sleep that night because he did not want to lose that game. So hopefully the Knicks can continue. I think it'll be a really interesting matchup against the Bulls. We haven't really seen them play against a perimeter player or someone who can really get hot like Zach LaVine. It's gonna be a really interesting matchup, especially for RJ on the defensive end. Got more content coming for you guys soon. I've been trying to stay as consistent as possible through week 1 of Knicks basketball being back. If you guys like my content, make sure you guys are liking, commenting, and subscribing to my channel. As always, it's always love. Appreciate you guys for tuning in, and I will talk to you guys soon. Peace.